Hey guys, Willie Mayette, creator of Piano with Willie, home to over 4,000 different piano lessons. Today I'm excited to share with you my new Practice Makes Perfect bundle. And what I want to do is I want to go through the 4 different lessons that make up this bundle. Now, this one is really special because it's really going to hit your technique. You're really going to learn your chords. You're going to learn about theory. So you really have a nice bundle of lessons that you could work off of, and it will give you months worth of practice material. I'll get to that in a second though. The first lesson is faster fingers. Now this lesson, if you're tired of just playing boring scales, this lesson is fantastic because it really shows you a lot of different ways of practicing some really cool concepts. You see this sheet music for every lesson. So we have some simple 5-finger stuff, but then we get into this nice, cool, like two-handed fluidity exercises. So if you're really trying to get that fluidity and dexterity between your hands, these exercises are just going to be killer for you. These chromatic exercises. All right, so if again, two-handed exercises, broken triads, mixture of scales, these also chromatic 16th notes. All right, another great exercise for increasing that fluidity and dexterity at the piano so that you could play faster and more accurately. Our Triad primer lesson is just a must-have if you really want to learn improvisation, you really want to understand your chords, because all of your chords start from a triad and they get built off of there. So you have to understand those triads before you can even move on to things like 7th chords. So you have all of these different triadic exercises, which are really cool. And a lot of times, like advanced players, they'll be like, you know, whatever, I don't need to do that kind of stuff. But there's some really cool stuff here that you can get if you're interested in even rock sounds. These are all different exercises that you end up getting in this Triad primer. So you can learn how to improvise and create your own pieces of music just from using triads. So if you're new to improvising, or maybe you're a classical player who's coming over to jazz and improvisation, you want to learn more about improvisation, this is a great way of starting, is with this Triad primer lesson. Okay? The next one is our Diatonic chords lesson. Again, if you want to learn how to create progressions, you want to learn improvisation, this is where it all stems from. So once you understand your diatonic chords, like a 1, 6, 4, 5 progression, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Then you can start to move that into new keys. Let me move into E flat. 1, 6, 2, 5, right? 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Diatonic chords and understanding diatonic chords is what allows you to be able to easily transpose music into new keys. And finally, we have our Mastering Rhythms lesson. This is a must-have. All right, if you have not gone through this lesson, I recommend that all students go through this. You get this cool little mini book, and it's just a bunch of different material in there. Great stuff, downbeat, upbeat, syncopation. You learn all about syncopation, different syncopated rhythms, and then we end up going through and you have just rhythm after rhythm that you can practice and vocalize. So those are the 4 lessons: the faster fingers, Triad primer, diatonic chords, and Mastering Rhythms Volume 1. And you can watch samples on this page of all of those different lessons. Now, what's really special about this bundle, it'd be cool if I just gave you those 4 lessons and bundled them all together. That would be great. I mean, because you're going to get a discount on those 4 lessons, a real deep discount on those 4 lessons. But a lot of times, students, they want to have a little bit of fun, when they're playing and when they're practicing. They don't want to just practice with a metronome, just put that in metronome on. It's a little bit boring at times. So what we've done is we've created these jam tracks. There are 72 jam tracks, 72 different jam tracks that you can practice along with. I'll show you what some of these are. So you have all 12 keys, goes through all the scales, all 12 keys. So you have a jam track that you could practice your scales in all 12 keys. You can also practice your 1 and 5 chords in all 12 keys. That's straight and it's also swung. All right. Then we also have your triads that you can practice. We don't just like do them, going up chromatically. Instead, we had them go up in fourths. Okay. Then we also had them go up a minor third and then down a half step. Go through that for all 12 keys as well, both straight and swung. Okay. So if you're playing more like rock or funk music or Latin music, then you could try practicing along with those straight rhythm jam tracks. If you are more interested in jazz and swing and blues and that kind of stuff, then you could practice along with the swung jam track rhythm. So you get a lot of flexibility here on these jam tracks. It takes a lot of time to put these files together, so this is an incredible bonus to have these jam tracks available to you. And you will get that as a download along with your purchase of this bundle. All right, so you get immediate download access to that. All right, now what most students have difficulty understanding is, what do I practice? All right, so we have on our site the piano success maps, and typically students are paying $19.50 for one of these maps, because what we're doing is a teacher is sitting down and creating these success maps, all right? And it takes time to put all of this stuff together. So what we're doing here for this bundle is you're getting access to 4 success maps. So 1 success map for each one of these lessons. So when you get this bundle, you know exactly what to practice. For example, faster fingers, gold, to demonstrate and teach technical warm-up exercises. What will you learn? Exercises geared toward improving their physical execution. Topics being discussed. Tells you week 1, Monday, watch chapters 1 through 3. Push versus grab, 5-finger. Learn C, D flat, D, E flat, 5-finger major scales. Tuesday, review. Wednesday, learn this. Thursday, do that. It tells you day by day exactly what you should be practicing for several weeks. All right, so most of these are a 4-week plan. Some of them are 2 weeks, some of them are 3 weeks, right? But it's going to show you for a full month exactly what it is that you should be practicing on these lessons. Now, you don't have to practice all 4 lessons at once. You can start with 1 lesson, start with the faster fingers one. Do that for 4 weeks. Follow the success map right here. Follow exactly this map. It tells you exactly what to practice. Follow that. Once you're done with that, then move on to the Triad primer. Once you're done with that, move on to the mastering rhythms. Once you're done with that, move on to the diatonic chords. So you really have a month's worth of practice material right here. So it's a perfect way of really jump-starting your practice routine, knowing exactly what to work on, knowing exactly what you need to practice, so that you can actually start to make some serious gains at the piano this year. All right, that's what I'm looking for you to be able to do. I want you to be able to take this stuff, not just play it as an exercise, but put it into actual practice, all right, so that you'll see a change in your playing. So anyway, that's it. Take a look at the samples of the lessons, and I'll see you in the first lesson.